maybe we can kind of jump into some of your book concepts, because for those that don't know, you wrote this first book, and it's incredible. It's simple. It's funny. It's kitschy. You have this like really fun cartoons. Maybe we can start there. Like, where did your cartoons come from? Because if those that pick up your book or Google you'll come up with, or even go to your Instagram page, your cartoons are just so fun. Like, where did that concept come from?
Well, first of all, thank you. I never really considered myself an artist, so it's funny to me that I do these drawings, yet friends will when they talk about me in the past, they always remember me drawing, which I don't remember. But I went through a period where I dated a painter for 5.5 years, and we lived at an art commune in Topanga, and all our friends were painters. So I was just spending a lot of time around artists who were really encouraging me. And because I've been such a perfectionist and an overachiever with language and writing, I have Mercury in Capricorn, I'm really attuned to like the just right word and the perfection of the communication. It's really fun for me to do something that I'm not very good at and that's just pure fun and pure play. And I think that my writing it does have a tendency to be a bit heady and a bit didactic. So when I was writing for the LA Weekly, I wrote for the LA Weekly for about a decade, they would usually ask me to illustrate my articles, probably because then they didn't have to pay an artist to do it. And it creates a nice counterbalance because, as I said, my writing can require some intellectual gymnastics to dive into. So it's helpful to have these silly, playful little illustrations alongside them.
Yeah, and I think as serious as you are, to me, it captures the fun and just the tenacity of your spirit and the intensity in just a really playful, fun way. So it is very multidimensional. So I just love it. And so, going into the book, what was that like writing, that first book and putting the essence of your soul kind of out there on quantum language? And first, let's maybe define, what does quantum language mean to you?
Okay, many questions. So, quantum languaging, quantum refers to like taking something down to its smallest essence, and it also, there's sort of a multi-dimensional quality of the various tributaries. So for a while I was calling it empowered languaging, integrated languaging, and I've received some slack from calling it quantum languaging because a lot of people in branding are saying that quantum is sort of an overused term right now, and it's really the most accurate. Like I said, I do have Mercury in Capricorn, so I'm really a stickler for precise communication. So quantum languaging invites us to consider and utilize words beyond mere dictionary definition, to encompass the energetic frequencies encoded in our words and the effects those frequencies have on the people we're talking to, on our subconscious minds, and on the world at large. And it's all oriented around the fundamental precept that language creates our entire reality.
Yeah, I love that.
That's the basis of quantum languaging. I ended up writing the book at a time where I was actually writing a nonfiction essay collection, and that was my focus. I was living in New Mexico in this tiny commercial refrigerator, and I downloaded it kind of in a weekend. It all just came through all at once, and it sat on my hard drive for years until a spiritual book publisher on the East Coast came to me and asked me if I would write a quantum languaging book. And I was like, oh, it's funny you would ask, because I have one somewhere in my hard drive. And it was interesting weaving it into form around, I guess it was 2016, so it was after the election, and just watching larger collective conversations go haywire. I'm obviously attuned to astrology. I'm also an Aquarius, so I tend to stick to the outermost edges and looking at the larger macro conversation and like, okay, what's going on with humanity's evolution? Like, what is this indicating, in the larger sense? So it was cool to have that framework to write the book, because I was able to orient it towards evolving our culture for the more unified equal, empowered, and inclusive. And that is what I do keep coming back to with quantum languaging, is just how empowering it is and how it really equals the playing field when we root out a lot of the inequality and limitation that is infecting our current lexicon.
Thanks so much for sharing your time and sacred attention with me. I trust that you are gleaning value from my videos. And if this is the case, I encourage you to dive deeper and look into my books. Word Up, Little Languaging Hacks for Big Change is available as a print book, as an ebook, as an audio book. I also have, ta-da! Pop Propaganda, an illustrated guide. This one was written for teenagers and grown-ups alike. It features 37 tools, tricks, techniques that the social engineers use to try to manipulate us. Duly educated on their tricks, we are infinitely more resourced to come together, to course correct, to steer our Earth ship onto an infinitely more wonderful, empowered, and empowering trajectory. Both of those books are on sale on Amazon. You can buy them privately from me through my website. Thanks for playing, Tribe.